The Cliffy Miller Yard will get underway on Friday in race 4, and I'm catching up with Nick Paddock to learn a bit more about what they are hoping for from their runners. In race 4, we'll see Irish Rain. Now, he's never far back.
No, he never runs a bad race, really. He always gives of his best. I know he's not the handicapper's best friend, and I still think he's got a couple of points to drop. It is a tough division and it's a very competitive field. I mean, you have to use both hands to name horses with chances, but he's always there and thereabouts, and he's always boxing. So you give him a quartet type of shot, and I'm really hoping that he can finish off those placings.
2 runners in race 5, Light That Loose. He'll be having his peak run, and his run last time out has actually turned out to be quite a decent form line. He'll be joined by Spider's Corner, who perhaps just needed his last.
Yeah, Spider, he's an interesting little boy. You can work him as hard as you want and as soft as you want. He doesn't put on weight or lose weight. He just stays there. He's got a little bit of a belly, so don't be too perturbed by that. His work's been really good at home. It seems like the breathing, he had a bit of a breathing issue, and we put the tongue tie on. It doesn't seem like he quite likes the tongue tie, so we'll be taking that off and putting a bit lifter on him. We're quite happy with how he's doing at the moment. He seems he can throw in a howler from time to time. We've worked a bit on his back in that, and he does have the ability. If you go into his penultimate start, it's 5 lengths off cruise control and cliff top, if I'm not mistaken, 5 lengths off them in a 1,000, which is not his strip. But hoping for the best with him. And Light That Loose, his last run was a cracker. He's a type horse. It is his peak run, but he could need just another just to bring him to fitness. He's not a horse that you can stump at home. Lovely horse, and I do think he can definitely get into the money.
We move to race 6, where we will see Pashton Wy. And Nick, I do know that you did expect him to just need that last.
Yeah, he was carrying a bit of pudding around, and he was just coming back from a small little, knock on his joint on the back joint and that. So, but I wasn't too unhappy. He moved up to a point and he just needed it afterwards. Again, he's doing very well at home. His coat looks out the top drawer. We're really happy with that. Could just also another second and after layoff. He's probably going to need it again before he gets to the peak fitness, but. Don't be too worried about the bad draw either. I think he only runs from bad draws. I think he's won twice here, and I think it's been 11 out of 15 and 14 out of 15. So he drops out and he runs on. So I'm hoping he'll give a good account of himself and maybe back into quartets there too.
The yard finished with 2 runners in race 8. Defining Moment, never far back. Got to think that she could enjoy the slight step up and trip here. She'll be joined by Marshmallow. Now we're in Herbox. Very striking individual. She ran a great race last time out and she was flying late.
Yeah, Defining Moment, we've given her a complete freshen up. She had a little problem with her back, in that we had the Cairo in, and we've done a bit of work with her, and she seems to be a lot better at home. We haven't really pressed her too much at home. We're hoping to come into this race fresh, because she did have a bit of racing beforehand, so hopefully the step up she'll enjoy. Yeah. She always seems to get run off her feet and then fly at them late, so the extra couple of meters will help her. I do think she'll run a decent race from a decent draw for once, and Marshmallow, absolute cracker last time. I think she was about a furlong behind the last horse, and she really ran on nicely. And I think it wasn't. I know it was a 66 field, but it wasn't a bad bunch of horses in there. I think that Angel Seas is quite a smart little horse. We've slapped a pair of blinkers on her over the 14, just so she stays in touch, and she does settle with him at work, and she does quicken a lot better. This isn't her main mission, but she'll run a crack, and I definitely think she's place value at 6-1. So it's worth taking a couple of places into whatever you like for the Summer Cup tomorrow.
I think that is brilliant advice.